Have you noticed over 95% of your traffic, and 90% if you're lucky, are brand new visitors? In other words, only 5 to 10% of your audience continually comes back. That sucks. Hey everyone, I'm Patel, and today I'm going to share with you 7 dead simple ways to bring people back to your site. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you're on YouTube, click the alert notification. That way when I go live and share more videos and educational tips like this, you'll get notified. The first dead simple way is through remarketing campaigns. Now, remarketing campaigns means that you're going to have to spend money on ads to get people back to your site. But think of it this way. If someone went all the way to your checkout page or someone went all the way to your form field and didn't complete a lead, what do you think that person is? That person is super qualified to be a potential customer. So why wouldn't you want to get them back to your site and convince them to convert? Now, I'm not saying you should just do an ad to anyone who visits your site. Look at your checkout pages, your lead pages, any of the main pages that cause conversions. When you pixel those pages only and only have people who visit those pages see remarketing ads, not only will you get more people back to your site, but they're more likely to convert into a customer or a lead. Now, here's the trick. If someone went to your site, they went that far, but they didn't convert, that means the copy, the messaging that you have on your site doesn't resonate with them. That's going to cause them to convert. So your video in your remarketing or your campaign or your messaging with your remarketing ad needs to be the opposite. For example, if your landing page is super emotional and you're trying to convince people to buy through emotional sell, your remarketing campaign should be logical because the emotional copy didn't work. So hopefully by using the logical copy, you can then convince more people to convert into a customer. The second way to get people back to your site is through push notifications. Now, when people come to your site, they can subscribe typically by email, which many of you guys are familiar with, and you may be even doing on your own site. But push notifications is something you're probably not doing. You can use tools like subscribers.com, push crew, and what this allows is when someone comes to your site through their browser, just one click of a button, they can subscribe. When they subscribe, then when you release new content, you can do a blast that goes through their browser, and whenever they log in back to their computer, in other words, they don't even have to be online at that time, but if they come back online a day from now or 2 days or even a week from now, they'll see that message in their browser no matter what site they're on, and it'll help push people back to your site. That's what Facebook does. That's what YouTube does. That's what a lot of these big companies do. Leveraging push notifications is an easy way to get more traffic, and here's the beauty of it. Push notifications have better open rates and click rates than emails. It's much more effective and it's easier because people just have to click a button to subscribe. They don't have to put in an email or give you any of their personal information. The third way that you get people to keep coming back is email campaigns based off the visitor's first intent. So you're already collecting emails on your site. If you're not, you should check out tools like HelloBar, which allow you to collect emails, and you should check out tools like MailChimp, which allow you to send out emails for free. Collecting emails and sending out emails isn't the most effective way to get people back to your site. That's why people have terrible email open rates and terrible click rates. The key is to match the intent on why someone came back to your site with the email campaign. For example, if someone came to my website to read an SEO article and I collected an email, when I email them back, I want to send them content information related to SEO. On the flip side, when someone comes to my site to read conversion marketing related articles or conversion optimization related articles, when I send them an email, I want to send them conversion related articles. That's a great way to get them back to the site. I don't necessarily want to send all my SEO people conversion articles and all my conversion article people who first came to my site SEO content. It needs to be relevant. If someone's coming to you for traffic, send them traffic advice. They're coming to you for CRO advice, send them CRO. Now that's an example that works for me. You could be selling dog food. Someone comes to your site for dog food, you want to send them emails related to your dog. You don't want to send them emails related to a cat. And that's the point I'm making. When emails aren't relevant, that's when email marketing fails and people don't come back to your site. And that's what most people do. They're just like, well, you're on my list. Let me promote all my products and services to you. That doesn't work. If it's not relevant to why they first landed on your site, it won't work well. The fourth strategy I have for you is called Mobile Monkey. Mobile Monkey is a Facebook Messenger tool. So, with Facebook, they have Messenger. It's a great way to communicate. Eventually, Facebook is going to integrate Messenger with WhatsApp, Instagram, and everything. So that's going to be one channel to communicate with people. Now, with Mobile Monkey, you can easily communicate with all your people with the click of a button. So when people are on Facebook or your friends, they can subscribe to kind of like an email list, but think of that email list on Facebook. And then that way, whenever you want to message them, tell them about a new article, you can get them to come back to your site with a click of a button. It's not hard. Your open rates and your click rates are amazing. It's much better than email marketing. And for now, we've also seen it being better than push notifications. And it's a great way to keep getting people to come back. Eventually, Facebook will start charging for this, but for now, it's a free-for-all. So use it as much as you can. The fifth strategy I have is an exit pop-up. But hear me out. Before you close this video, you're going to be like, exit pop-up, I don't like that. Everyone uses them to collect emails. I don't want you to use the exit pop-up to collect an email. I want you to use the exit pop-up to have people follow you on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever your favorite social site is. Let them click with the click of a button and they can follow you on one of your favorite social profiles. The reason this is super important, think of it this way. The moment people follow you on the social web and you have new products, new services, new content, what do you think you can do? You can post all those status updates of your products, services, content, all these social platforms, and it'll get people back to your site. So don't use an exit pop-up to collect emails. You could do that as well, but we found a higher conversion rate for an exit pop-up that just asks people to follow you on the social web. 6, run time-based events like webinars, contests, things that are time-sensitive that only last for a while. I'm not talking about recorded webinars that last forever or contests that are never ending. I'm talking about time-based stuff. The reason time-based stuff is super important, the moment someone knows that something's available only for the next 24 or 48 hours, they're more likely to act. They're more likely to click on that email, that push notification, that Facebook Messenger blast that you pushed out. So yes, you have tools like MailChimp and Mobile Monkey and the subscribers.com to get people back to your site, but you also have to give them a reason too. So when you give them a reason, and the reason being is you have time-based content, time-based deals, offers, discounts. Good example for e-commerce is holiday promotions. They're more likely to come back than if you just say, come back to my site because I want you to. That's not a good compelling reason versus time-based content. And assuming the time-based content is very value-driven, or even your time-based deals like e-commerce promotions like Black Friday, you're gonna get way more visitors due to the fact that they know it's going to expire. Have you noticed on the Neil Patel blog, I publish content every single Tuesday? Have you noticed with my podcast, I publish content every single day? Have you noticed with my videos, I publish them on the same 3 days every single week? Why is this? It's to create a consistent pattern so you know that, hey, this is the day Neil creates new content, so let me come back and check it out. It's helped me create more repeat visitors. Right now, over the last week, roughly 40% of my traffic was repeat. That's a lot. It's because I'm creating consistency. When you create consistency over time, people will know to come back. When you don't, and you want to be sporadic with your posting or your content updates, they won't know when to come back or when not to. That's why it's important to be consistent. If you follow all of that, you're going to have more of your visitors turn into repeat visitors and generate more sales in the long run. If you need help with your marketing, your conversions, your traffic, check out my ad agency, Neil Patel Digital. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video, share it, subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll respond.